Today, we heard in our Holy Gospel Christ asking us to make a brave choice. He told us that if we want to follow Him in our lives, the first thing we must do is to deny ourselves. And then He explained to us that whoever wants to save his soul must first lose it, and whoever loses it for the sake of Christ and His gospel, he will be the one who will save it. You know, as unpleasant as this statement of Christ may sound to us, it is the most beneficial truth of the gospel. If we do not deny ourselves, we will never become Christ-like people. We will never be able to apply anything that the gospel of Christ says. Without denying ourselves, it is impossible to forgive someone 70 times 7. There is no way we can love our enemies or do good to those who hate us and pray for all those who insult us, slander us, and persecute us unjustly. Only if we manage to deny ourselves, we will be able to do all these things. Only then we can become true Christians. If we really want to follow Christ, ourself is the first and greatest obstacle we must overcome. If we truly want to follow Christ in our lives, we must stop following our sinful self, which only knows how to deny everyone else instead, and constantly seeks to serve only its own comfort, its own rights, and its own interest. Unfortunately, our old self loves only itself and remembers God only when it is in danger. Only then it remembers to cross itself, to say a prayer, and to ask for God's help. But this is not Christian. This does not mean that I follow Christ in my life. This means that I only remember Christ when I need Him, and then I return back to my egocentricity and continue to follow myself again. We must understand that the salvation of our soul first passes through the crucifixion of our sinful self, the crucifixion of our selfishness and our pride. Christ invites us to follow Him on the path of love and humility. The center of our lives should be God and our fellow people, and not ourselves. We Christians are called to walk in this world the way Christ walked. We are called to follow His example and fight evil only with good. In a world that seeks to store up treasures on earth, we choose to store up treasures in heaven. In a world that always takes, we choose to give. In a world that hates, judges, condemns, and takes revenge, we respond with love and forgiveness. In a world that insists on relying on itself, we choose to trust everything in God. In a world that lies, we speak the truth. In a world that does not hesitate to step over dead bodies to take the first place, we have no problem whatsoever to enjoy the last one. In a world that follows the confusion of their thoughts, we choose to follow our inner peace. In a world that always justifies itself, we are not afraid to deny of our own. These brave choices will save our souls. When we choose love over self-interest, when we choose to sacrifice ourselves for the sake of others, when we love our neighbor as we love ourselves, and when we love God more than we love ourselves. Do not fool ourselves anymore. Self-denial is the bravest act of all. Our salvation depends only on us and on these brave choices we make. If anyone wishes to follow me, let him deny himself. If Christ does not put a knife to anyone's throat, we are free to choose what we want, either ourselves or Christ. We are free to deny God if we want to. Our freedom is the greatest gift God has given us. We might be His creations, but we are not His possessions. God did not create us for Him to have us, but for us to have Him. Please remember this and also try to understand it. God did not create us for Him to have us, but for us to have Him. It's up to us whether we will have a relationship with Him. It's up to us whether our love for Him is greater than our love for ourselves. It's up to us whether we choose to follow Him in this life so that we might be with Him in the eternal one as well. Amen.